On Tamil Nadu politics, what is my opinion? See, what I would suggest is, or what I would like to share, because it's very difficult, because they are quite seniors to me. They're quite... sorry. No, they're two different questions, sir. He's saying something else. Non-terror. See, if it is needed, definitely I will do it. But but when it is not needed, it is more for an ideological connection than because there are enough political groups are here, enough political kachis are here, and there is no need to come and because here my intention is not to promote myself, but I want to promote the harmony of the combined, the collective benefit of the southern part. That's what I'm looking at.
So welcome to Chennai. I have two questions. What we could understand from your speech that the dominance of the national political parties into the rights of the southern part. Are you insisting a separate nations compromising the southern state? And already there are parties, the prominent party DMK welcomed that move. So what is your...
To have a separate country?
Yeah.
No.
Dravida Nadu, yeah, basically.
Dravida Nadu is an emotional concept, if you look at it. For me, it is, I want the India to be one aspect who respects the diversity of our country. Never ignore that part. And last 2 decades, I think that has been neglected quite a lot. So I think somewhere it has to be stalled it, and we should have to make sure that North Indian political leadership has to understand our sensitivity and our cultural understanding. They have to go through understand our deep cultural, they have to understand our culture.
Yeah. The next question, we could see, many film stars are emerging in political arena in the recent times. In Tamil Nadu, even Rajinikanth and Kamal Rajani. Any chances of joining with them in the future?
See, when I started a political party, fundamentally, I was never an actor. I happened to be pushed to be an actor. Fundamentally, always I wanted to work for people or some social issues, though I never knew one day it was going to turn into a political party. But as an actor, it's very easy to convey a story, to convey an issue, to solve an issue in 2.5 hours screenplay on screen. But in reality, you have to wait for, sometimes you have to wait for an issue even for 2 decades. So it's going to take a lot of time. So any actor who comes into politics should have a great tenacity and a lot of patience, loads of patience, tons of patience is needed. And if someone has that, I think definitely they will succeed and they will go ahead. You're talking about the state? 2019, I'm projecting myself as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, sir. And if I become Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, I'll make sure that South India will play a dominant role in Indian politics, sir. We'll make sure. We will make sure we will safeguard the interests of South Indian and Dravid interests, sir. Thank you, sir. Jai Hind, sir. CM.
Self-respect.
Suya Maryada. And Suya Maryada is needed for us. That's what I said. Our government is not doing, and because they don't want our state leadership to surrender to center. This is what the Tamil Nadu youth whom I had met in Palachi, that's what their expression was. I think our leaders should be like that.
There is a criticism on the idea of propagating Dravida Nadu kind of things, because in these times, people are ready to retain their identities. The best example is Jallikattu movement. So, you think, can you sell the same idea again from...
No. You have to understand, all over the world, the identity politics are on rise. Even, for example, Brexit. In 2011 or somewhere in 2009, I was in Spain, Catalonia, Barcelona, when a group of people said, one of our drivers said, one day we're going to, a million people will come out on the roads and we'll declare ourselves as an independent country. And which eventually happened in a course of 4 to 5 years. So let us not ignore the cultural identity and these identity movements. Let us not ignore it. When you look at an identity movement, there must be some problem. It will boil down to economic prosperity and employment generation. These would be the issues. No. It's for me. It is about South India should have a bigger say. South India should have quite a prominence. So it is not about few North Indian Uttar Pradesh parliamentarians should go for it. They have a bigger say. They have a greater call for the segregation of the state. South, for example, AP segregation, AP bifurcation. So we never had a say. It is about the North Indian political class which had divided, and people were begging and people were demanding for their attention, which they could not get it. And at this juncture, imagine the same scenario happens. For tomorrow, some issue for Tamil Nadu happens. If one Tamil Nadu, mere Tamil Nadu state is creating a forward, instead of that, supporting, you might need a solidarity of Andhra Pradesh, you might need a solidarity of Telangana, you might need a solidarity of Karnataka. So in that sense, I'm saying it is slowly, today we are putting a seed here. And one day it will become a sapling, it will become plant, one day it will bear its fruit. It is more for to guard the interests of people, nothing else. There is nothing, we are not anti-nation, or it's not something, it's about guarding the interests. And we've been neglected, we've been humiliated. And somewhere we want to tell them, we want to shout loud to the nation that don't ignore us, look at us, understand our pain. Don't look at mere our leaders. Mere handling a handful of MPs, you cannot control South India. You cannot understand South India. You understand the people, like the way Gandhiji had traveled, like the way everyone, all the national leaders had traveled. You have to understand South India. That's what my appeal from these stages.
Sir, a second question on that.
I'll take 3-4 questions and I'll answer. Yeah.
Sir, you told that.
Let me say.
I just want to know your take on Mahagathbandhan and if you support the alliance.
Mahagathbandhan, because there's so many Mahagathbandhans. Which you're talking about? South Indian, Mr. CBN's Mahagathbandhan?
Yes.
So the other partners would be Pan-Indian.
Pan-Indian.
So you have to understand, Mr. CBN is a great man. I'm laughing. It's a hyperbole. No, let me say so. Let me say it. Mr. CBN, I'm quite worried about him. He doesn't know when he'll become your friend and when he'll become your foe. So it's quite dangerous to align with him and to support him. So all the partners, whoever are going, and one day he's going to drown them. So it will be very dangerous for this to travel with CBN, because I didn't expect anything from him other than the well-being of the state. And because of Janasena, they could form the government. And they could become CM if he could ignore us. And we are not asking, what we are asking, I didn't even ask for a post, I didn't even ask for anything. I asked him for a reasonable governance, not even great governance, a reasonable governance, a little less corrupted governance, which they could not deliver. So this Mahagathbandhan today, man, for 3 decades they fought with Congress, for 3 decades. And at the grassroots level, people killed each other, people fought with each other, and people demolished and damaged each other. And today, what happened at the top level will not percolate down at the grassroots level. So that Mahagathbandhan is, it's going to be a failure. So what we see is, we need a third force coming up. 2019 will be the first year which will, the formation of third force will emerge. That will be the platform which we are trying to create. I feel South should have more moral leadership. They could not, for example, Mr. Y.S. Jagan is there. Why he could not fight for a special category status is normally the moment he raises his voice, maybe they'll put his case sheet, maybe they might show his case sheet. So he will keep quiet. So what we need in South India is, you need a greater moral leadership like Anadrai or Rajaji, someone who is not scared of anyone, apart from the thought they believe in, apart from the ideology they believe in. You should fight for the fundamental rights of people. So you should not be scared of anything. As long as the business-interested people go into parliament, that would be definitely create a situation. It's very easy to maneuver them, or it's very easy to scare them. So I think we have to avoid that part. keep up to make sure people align with the thought what we have, and to create the trust in us, and at the same time, to make sure that we stay online without getting deviated from our thought, no matter what. Whatever hurdles we go through, whatever tough times we go through, we would like to maintain that clear-cut stand would be the toughest choice. Yeah, 2019 LM, that's what I'm saying. That's what my answer is. What do you want? I mean, you expect me, you have one more answer in your mind, sir. You're talking about the state? 2019, I'm projecting myself as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, sir. And if I become Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, I'll make sure that South India will play a dominant role in Indian politics, sir. We'll make sure. We will make sure we will safeguard the interests of South Indian and Dravid interests, sir. Thank you, sir. Jai Hind, sir.